The core idea this year is called Border Stories. And what that means is that about 50 out of the 94 movies we're showing have some kind of connection to El Paso, Juarez, or southern New Mexico. It could be that a movie was made here, could be that it is set here, but not necessarily made here. We've got a couple of movies with ties to Juarez, some other movies that are, like there's a Clint Eastwood movie called Hang 'em High that we're showing that was shot partially outside of Las Cruces and at White Sands. And of course he's back there now shooting a new movie 50 years later. So that, some of that's our ideas, some of that comes from things people suggest, some of it comes from research. Just reading about this, going, oh, I didn't know that guy was from El Paso, and then what's he been in, and it kind of goes from there. We show 2 movies on top of the Mills Plaza parking garage, which is just behind the theater. On the 9th floor, we set up an inflatable screen there. And this year we're showing Napoleon Dynamite up there tonight, in part because the Pedro character is from Juarez. And the next week we're showing Happy Gilmore up there. And so obviously comedies, and that has an El Paso tie, in that the golfer Lee Trevino, who cameos in it, lived in El Paso for a long time. So they're movies that we could play regardless, but because they have these connections, we kind of bring them in. We do 6 free movies at the Art Museum on the weekends. We do 5 free movies at the El Paso Public Library on the weekdays. And we have an exhibition at the History Museum related to this theme called On Location, Making Movies in the Borderland. And there's also another big component, growing component, it's called Local Flavor. This is where local or locally connected filmmakers submit their works. We don't charge them to submit their work. And then we curate it, we show, this year we're showing about 15 movies. Some years it's more than that. But these are better, longer movies, so we're showing fewer this year. So there's a lot going on. It's all told, there's about 120 events and about 95 to 110 movies, something like that, when it's all totaled up. It's a lot of work.